The first section when you're setting up the presentation for a cancel rewrite is qualifying and investigating. Now within section 1, when you qualify and you investigate, the purpose of this is to understand the whole situation, the full situation, so you can have a better presentation. Now number 1, you need to understand, why did the policy cancel? Was it canceled for a non-payment, an NSF situation, underwriting reasons? You need to understand in details, why did the policy cancel? Number 2, how late was the payment? When was the policy canceled? What was the cancellation date? And also, when was the last payment processed? And what was that payment for? For what month did it cover? How behind were the payments? You need to understand to have a better perspective. Policies could have been canceled 2 days ago, or they could have been canceled 2 months ago. Maybe the payment that was processed for last month, but it wasn't for last month, it was for the previous month, simply because they were extremely late. So you need to understand this before you set up your presentation. Number 3, you need to educate the client, educate them on their situation. They need to understand how late they are. When was a policy canceled? Why was a policy canceled? How many months behind are they? The last payment that was processed, what did that month cover? You need to educate them on all the late fees, reinstatement fees, reactivation fees. They need to understand that the policy is no longer active and there's no option to reinstate. So by the time you set up your presentation for a rewrite, at least they have the knowledge necessary to understand what's going on. Number 4, before you actually set up your presentation, find out if they're making any changes. Find out if they're adding any drivers, adding any coverages, deleting any drivers or vehicles, or adding any vehicles. Confirm all the information and determine if there's any changes. Maybe they're making changes on their address. Maybe they moved from the location and they have the old address on the old policy. So before we start quoting, you need to make sure to confirm all the information, and also to ask if they've made any changes or are they making any changes. So this section, once again, is part of the qualification and investigation process, simply to give you a full understanding of their previous situation, their current situation, and it also allows you to educate them on their situation before you start offering any prices.